Hello everybody and welcome back to another battle report from Warto Gaming Battle Reports. I bid you welcome. Bear with me guys, this will be the first battle report that I will do with this new microphone that I just got. So if the sound level is, if it's crap, then please tell me so. Please comment down below what you think about the sound, because this microphone has a couple of different settings, you see. And I can always try to manage to buffer it somehow and see if I can do anything with it. But hopefully this will be, plenty and good experience for everybody here to listen to. Anyway guys, let's jump over, because this battle report that I will present today is fucking great. This game was sick, yeah. You see guys, now the rats have had its good time against the knights for so long. We have always seen me as rat player going up against knights and smashing them, and then I felt a little bit sad about the knights, especially since the last game when I 20-0'd my friend there. So I told one of my better friends, actually one of my closest friends, the guy that plays the lizard man on this channel. I told him, okay dude, please, I challenge you on a game, because he went over to my place and he didn't have any models with him. And I said to him, okay, I challenge you for a game. You play the rats and you do as a filthy list as you possibly can. If you want to, it's all up to you. Play whatever rat list you want, and I will go up against it with the knights, and then I will do my absolute best to defeat those damn rats. So guys, let's jump into this battle board, and first let's check in our both lists. So let's start off by looking at the knights. That army introduction song was Bring It with Trapped. Pretty fitting title for what we are about to see. Okay, so let's have a look at this. It's the classical list that I have been playing for a couple of games now. And so far it's undefeated, unless you count for that game against the dwarfs that I did a battle report. But that game, we can't even count that, because my opponent even didn't know what kind of army list that he even played in that game, so I really don't count that. But anyway, let's look at this. It's a free channel list with two mages, one divination master on a unicorn, crystal vanish charge, and then a damsel with a druidism. Then I have a tanky duke on a hippogriff with magic resistance and a renown kit. Then a paladin with the crown of the wizard king to give some extra distance or range on the divination spells, which is extremely important. And then the Vrimby core, so you can blast away chaff and other stuff. I think I have gone through this list a couple of times before, haven't I guys? So anyway, let's just go this through quickly. 15 Realm Knights with full command, Banner of the Last Judge. Then 29 Bowmen with standard and musician to fill out the core requirement, and then 8 Grey Knights with full command and the flaming standard, which I extremely enjoy to have on that unit, and then 2 siege scorpions, 1 green knight, and then 2 shaft yeoman riders fully upgraded. That's the list, and it's been going so far pretty good for me with this list. I really enjoy this. Alright guys, let's continue on and let's see who our opponent is this time. That army introduction song might actually not even need an introduction. I think most of us already know what kind of song that is. That is Down with the Sickness with Disturbed. Hell yeah. A classic. Alright guys, let's have a look at this. What kind of filth did my friend pull out of his hat this time? So as far as I can tell, this list is very similar to the one that was up against the previous Knight of the Kingdom of the Equitane opponent. But with a couple of minor tweaks, I gotta say. Meaning that he has taken a couple of tricks from my basket, or however you say it. That sneaky, sneaky rat. Alright, so let's run it through them. So for starters, he has a sheaf, that is the battle standard beater, yeah, either icon, banner of the endless swarms, and the thing that makes him stand behind, so he doesn't get strike by stuff. And well, what is different is that he took out my monstrous rat BSB, and he told me that he doesn't like that unit because it usually just disappoints, and that can be true in the occasion that it usually disappoints when he's facing it, but otherwise I think it's doing decent actually. Anyway, then he has Torsten, the hungry one, and he's kitted like he always is. Then an assassin with the crown of the Wizard King on him as well. And I know the reason why I have it is just to get another buff, because Thaumaturgy lacks buffs. They have plenty of damage spells, but well, this gives him the chance to at least get another buff spell. Anyway, then for core he has 2 times 10 footpads just to claim the objective and to chef you, and then 35 ratted arms with the extra rank banner, and musician spear and standard spears against knights. Annoying. Then 40 storm vermin full command with a rending banner. That cheeky fucker. He took out the what's it called now? The band of the endless swarm and put in the rending banners. Then okay, I don't like that. Then a meat grinder, a doom wheel, 2 times 3 GCs, 2 catapults, one rattling gun, and 2 A-bombs. Alright, so what do I think about the list? Yeah, it's a extremely hard list to go up against as knights, as we all know by now. And well, if it's better or worse than the list that I had previously, I can't really say. We let the game decide, I say. Alright guys, enough chatter. Let's jump into the battle portal. Let's see how it went. Right, so here we have the layout of the table, and for starters we are playing counterthrust this time. So it's all about having, 16 inches deployment zone, and then you have to be 20 inches apart from your opponent. I think it's 16, or it might be 15. Alright. Anyway, then as a secondary objective, it's breakthrough. So an objective that fits both players, I gotta say, because those sneaky night runners really love that objective. And I have a pretty fast army. It's just that it's a bunch of rats in the way that I have to punch myself through. Alright guys, enough about that. Let's look at our spell selection. Let's start off with the lovely knights. They have a guiding light, breath of the lady, stars align, unerring strike, and fate's judgment. And my BSB rolled witchcraft. Yeah, so he has Raven's Wing and Evil Eye. And I really enjoy having witchcraft on Kingdom of Equitane actually. So a mobile army gets even more mobile, and that can be pretty handy, I gotta say. And then the little lovely druid, she has Master of F, Summer Growth, Oaken Throne, and Fountain of Youth. It's all about healing your Grey Knights or your characters. It's very important. And then for the filth, yeah, those damn rats. They have Cleansing Fires, Mighty Unbeliever, Awakened Rat, Hand of Heaven, and then he rolled for his Wizard's Crown, No Dying Enemy. So he's also having Divination, sort of. Yeah, that's nice. That's it. Off to deployment, and this time I actually recorded it live, so let's look at the recordings. Turn 1, deployment for Kingdom of Equitane. So here we have it. 15 Knight Realm Bus with Band of the Last Charge, Scorpion, 29 Bowmen with the Damsel, then the Mounted Yeoman, Lord Flux, the only one, 8 Grey Knights with Grey Knight BSB and the Divination Damsel on a Unicorn, Yeoman, and another Scorpion. That's deployment. while my opponent here is thinking loud for himself. Nasty, nasty rats. Yeah, okay, so a couple of things. It was coffee that you guys heard brewing in the background there. Can almost smell it still. Anyway, okay, so it's counterthrust, like I said. So it went on something like this in the deployment. I went first because we had a roll-off. He won the roll-off on who picks the side. He chose this side because he wanted to have the hill. And then I told him that I want to drop down to go first. I started off by dropping some yeoman here in the middle. He countered that with dropping some night runners in the forest here. I went back and dropped some yeoman here. He went back and dropped some night runners here in the forest. And then I dropped, what is it? I think the bowman here in the middle. And then he dropped, I think it was the sails here. And then I dropped the rest. And then you have the recording to go after how I deployed it. So let's have a look at the rats and let's see how he deployed after. Alright, so a picture or a video of the field. So Roger, Thorsten and his bodyguards, night runners, and plague claw catapult, clan rats with the meat grinder. Also the assassin is in there. Let's see, plague claw catapult, another A bomb, rattling gun, sails, doom wheel hiding there, and then the rats. And the table looks like this. So here we have it. Alright, so rats, turn 1. Alright, so just a couple of things there so we don't miss out, and that I need to clear out. The assassin is in the stormworm unit as a bodyguard for Thorsten, so there's no misunderstandings there. And after that we had a roll-off when we both had deployed because I prayed. Then, spoiler alert, he won the roll-off. Yeah. But at least it was worth a try, right? So, okay. Rats or filth, turn 1. It might be nice worth mentioning that I vanguarded my yeoman and hid them behind the house here. And then the other yeoman here, just staying put in front of the archers. Alright, so Phil turn 1, and this is basically what he does. He sends forth the clan rats to just sacrifice them and annoy me, because he's now threatening my entire gun line, or well, if you want to call it a gun line, arrow line, whatever. And then, yeah, he's staying a bit put here. He's having both A-bombs running into his own units, just staying put. And yeah, well, that basically is because yeah, he's castling and he wants to see what his catapults can do. That's it. Then we go into Filthy Rat's turn 1 magic phase, and he kills off, I think it was like 2 Knights of the Realm here or something like that. That's about it. And then, let's see now. No, that was actually it. He got a pretty bad magic phase this turn. And then he opens up with the shooting, starts off with the catapults, and both miss. Yeah! And that is basically it, guys, because then he only kills off, well, only, he kills off a Grey Knight with his sails here, and then plinks off 2 yeomen with his other sails. And that's basically it, so I can definitely live with this. Then we're off to Kingdom of Aquitaine, turn 1. And basically what we do is this, we push up forward, because yeah, we have to do something. We need to get into close combat as soon as possible, and try to kill off those fucking catapults as soon as we can. Alright, so movement. As you guys can see, we take out Lord Flux and puts him here behind the Scorpion. Pushes up the Grey Knights like 10 or 12 inches or so my damsel barely sees the back end of the Doom Wheel here, because we need to fry it off as well. And then the Realms goes up, pushes up here to threaten his claret, so they can't just have a lean way to go straight into my archers, because I need them to clear out chaff that he has and he's shooting. So that's basically it. After that we go into the magic phase. Here from another angle though. And also, yeah, as you guys can see, I shaft his clan rats with my yeoman here. And then these yeomans goes up to try to make sure that the Night Runners here gets to take a panic check. And maybe, if I'm lucky enough, to make sure that they flee off the board. Then we go into the magic phase, and the first thing that I do is cast Oaken Throne, because I really need that spell. After that we plinks in unearned strike on this doom wheel. He tries to dispel it, but I roll higher than he does on the dice roll. And then I do 6 wounds to him, and he only armor saves 2 of them. It's a 5+, so it's pretty average though. And yeah, I'm extremely happy with that result. That was more than I expected actually. So this doom wheel has only 1 wound left now. Then the third spell, whatever I try, I think it was Master of Earth or something like that on the Doom Wheel, he dispels that spell. And because he rolled so many ones on trying to dispel the Unerring Strike, so he had a lot of dice left. Alright, that's it, then we go into the shooting phase. And the first thing that we do is try to make kebab out of these Night Runners here with the Scorpion, but we misses of course. Then the Peasants here opens up on the Night Runners, kills off 1 of them. And then these bowmen opens up on the rattling gun and only does 1 wound with 29 bow shots. Yeah, that's pathetic. I think we did about 4 wounds or so, but he armor saved 2 of them and then he ward saved 1 extra. So yeah, only 1 wound. And then this Scorpion, I can't remember if he tried to shoot the rattling gun or the wounded doom wheel, either one of them, but whatever it does, either it misses or it doesn't wounds. That's about it. So a pretty lackluster shooting phase, I gotta say, but yeah, that's it. So off to Rats turn 2. Right, so Rats turn 2, and well, this is basically what it does. He takes his clan rats here and then charges my yeoman, which is placed here, and then we have to go back. And since I flee, he redirects with his clan rat unit into my Scorpion. That's what he does. But he's needing a 9 to catch the Scorpion. And he faced that charge. So yeah, that was really nice, because that would have been a little bit too much, I think, if he went in with this unit into Lord Flux. Maybe it won't kill him at all, but it will be so much combat resolution with 5 rank standard and charge. That's 7. I have to roll pretty well if I'm gonna get better than that, and then I'm in dire straits especially if he breaks me and makes me flee off the board. Other than that, in the movement phase, he just shoves around the Doom Wheel to, I don't know what exactly. And then he goes in with he goes up with Roger here to threaten my flank. And then this A-bomb just pushes into the G-Sails to hide himself behind the hill here. Once again, he's taking a card out of my book, I see. So with that, we go into Filthy Rat's magic phase, and he gets off Awaken the Rat on my realm bus here and kills off, can't remember exactly how many, but a couple of knights, which sucks. But I can't let every spell go off. I just can't. I don't have enough dispel dice. And also he tries every turn to lower the toughness on these guys, because another card from my playbook. That's what I do all the time, and I know that if I let it go, then this unit is dead if one of the catapults hits, so I have to dispel it. Other than that, he might have got off Hand of Heaven somewhere also, can't remember if not or what, but that's it. Then we go into the shooting phase, and yeah, this is how it looks like. One of the catapults opens up and hits. I think it was a partial hit, but yeah, that's enough. You see, guys, I have, what is it now? 8 knights left, so 7 has died in 2 turns. Lovely. And yeah, this is just more into the pile. He kills off a couple of mounted yeomen with his G-Sails and such, and yeah, that's it. And here's him bragging that this is what I have killed of him and what he has killed of me. I have killed a Night Runner, but yeah, also worth mentioning is that I have done 4 wounds to the Doom Wheel, which isn't a minor thing also, so I'm not all that out of shape. But anyway, that's Rat's turn 2, so off to Kingdom of Equitan, turn 2. Alright, so Wounded French Force moves up. That's what all we can do. We just can keep on pushing here. So this is what we do. We do a charge with Lord Flux into his Claret unit, and he chooses to hold. And by doing that, I can't charge with the realm bus, because then I know he will flee. And yeah, that's not good for me, because I want to have Lord Flux into that unit, and then he can move on forward. Yeah, that's the whole tactic here. But that's the only charge that we do this turn, and let's see if we get it or not. No, we don't. We roll in fact 2-2-3 or something like that on Swiss Ride, and yeah, that means that Lord Flux won't go anywhere because he can't place himself into the Scorpion here, so he just fails the charge. Other than that, we swift reforms the Grey Knights, puts them here, and then also the realms are going back because they need to go closer to the Druid Damsel because they need to get healed now. And as long as he's just shooting at my wounded realm bus unit, it doesn't matter so much to me because I'm counting this unit dead already in the back of my mind. I know that I will have to use half a force to try to outmaneuver this guy and try to kill whatever I can reach with those few units that I will have left into going into combat. Then also, guys, as you all can see, I chafed his claret unit since I failed the charge with the Green Knight. The reason why I also charged with the Duke into this unit is just to halt it, to make sure that it's placed here, and then I can come in with the Grey Knights after and just destroy this unit. So with that, we go into the magic phase. Can't remember exactly what spell card we got, but I think it was like number 3 or so. But the first thing we do is get off Master of Earth on his Doom Wheel. He tries to dispel it. I throw 2 dice. He throws 3 on my 2 dice, but he fails to dispel it, and I get it in. And does like a couple of wounds to it, but it only has 1 wound left, so the Doom Wheel is dead. After that, we get off, Fate's Judgment on this rattling gun. Fails to do any wounds, and that's basically the entire magic phase because it dispelled the rest. And then we open up with shooting. 29 more bow shots on this little fucker, and finally it dies. Yeah, but it took 58 bow shots and a spell, and also a scorpion shot that hit this guy, and he finished his ward save against that shot. So yeah, the immortal rattling gun is dead though. Other than that, yeah, also I forgot to say that, but my remaining yeoman that had moved up here actually charged his Jesais this turn, managed to do the charge and got in, did like 1-2 wounds to him, and he did nothing back, and then he fled off the board. So now I have gathered a Doom Wheel, a rattling gun, and a unit of Jesais. So yeah, we are catching up on points here. But that's basically it. This yeoman keeps on fleeing since, well, it's on under 25%, so it will have to rally on a 5 right now. No, sorry, it is a 5 because of the Duke, I think. Anyway, with that said, it's off to Rats, turn 3. So Filthy Vermin, turn 3, and this is basically what he does. He starts off by taking one of the A-bombs and pushes it into the board edge. Then he takes Roger and pushes it up here on the right flank, because it's starting to smell some fresh virgin blood from my knights. And also he's using this as a buffer for his Night Runners, as a protective shield, so they can go up and claim the objective. And then he swift reforms his clanrats to have their front facing towards my knights, the Green Knight, and Lord Flux. That's basically it. That's what he does. And also he swift reforms Thorsten, the higher one here. And yeah, then we go in. Also he's moving up 6 inches more with the Night Runners here because he's in no hurry to kill this Scorpion. He's feeling that the objective is soon his, because it will be hard for me to try to make something out of this, to take away the Night Runners on both flanks. It's pretty annoying. Anyway, with that said, we go into the magic phase. And once again, he gets off Awaken the Rat on my poor little Knights of the Realm and kills 3 more. Yeah, it sucks. But that is basically it. Then we go into his shooting phase. A pretty lackluster shooting phase. The only thing that he kills off is a Grey Knight, which I had healed in the previous rounds since I got off Master of F. So, so this Grey Knight is bouncing up and down. He's now dead again. But that is basically it. This is how it looks when we go into Kingdom of Equitan, turn 3. Alright, so Kingdom of Equitan, turn 3. And this is what we do. We take Green Knight and charges his clanrats, and then we also take the Grey Knights and charges his clanrats. That's it. We start off with a Grey Knight charge, and he holds. Then we take the Green Knight, and he does his terror check, passes it, and then shoots the hold. And the Grey Knights are needing a 6, and the Green Knight is automatic. And then we roll a 5 on the Grey Knight charge. So yeah, that's just terrible. Also, what we does is that we take an 11 charge with the Mounted Yeoman here into the rear of his Night Runners, because I'm seeing an opening. Because if I can have my yeoman here hunt down them, and then I can actually claim the objective for myself perhaps. But we failed the charge as well, so it was worth a shot though. Then this little French guy can't find his spine, so he continues to flee. Yeah, that's it. Then we switch reforms the bowman here and moves up 4 inches, because what I'm gonna do with the bowman is charge the tip of his unit here. Well, try to get as few models as possible into this unit, and then just try to break them off. That's why I'm doing this, because I'm needing ranks. And then also the Realm Knights are staying pretty close to the Damsel, because they are needing heals soon. The Damsel is sort of the MVP right now, because she will have to heal back my Knights the entire game. That's what I'm using her. Alright, so off to the magic phase. From another angle. There we go. So in the magic phase we get off, let's see now, rerolls to hit on the Green Knight, because yeah, well, why not? It can be nice to have. Why the most important thing is that I want to get off the attribute in the divination. So he will have stubborn, leadership 9 on cold-blooded. So I'm making sure that he will stick here. That's the whole thing. All right, and after that we try once again to get off Master of Earth, but fail to cast it. And then he dispels my 3rd spell. So yeah, that sucks. No, actually, I have to rewind that. I actually get off Witchcraft on Lord Flux and pushes him up 8 inches. So now he's threatening the rear of Thorsten, the Hungry One, but most importantly, he threatens his catapults, which is huge. And also I put on the attribute, Witchcraft attribute on Lord Flux as well, so it's movement 9 now. And with that, we go into the shooting phase. The Scorpion opens up on Roger, hits, wounds, and then he does his regen saves. Yeah, sucks. That's basically it. Then the other Scorpion down in the left corner, yeah, just fails to hit again. I think he has rolled like 3 ones in a row or something like that. It's just terrible. And the bowman's here basically doesn't have much to do, so that's it. Then we're going into the combat phase, and as you guys can see, I go in, slice up the meat grinder, so I'm really happy with that result. I actually do just 1 wound with the Green Knight, but then the horse goes in and finishes it off, so yeah, thank God for that. And then he goes back with all the spears and stuff and does a wound to the Green Knight. But I stick on my, because he has some such a high value in static combat resolution here. This unit is just, it's so annoying and good. But anyway, I stick here because I have cold-blooded leadership 9. Right guys, so with that said, it's off to Filth, turn 4. Okay, so this is how it looks like before we go into Vermin Swarm, or the lovely rats, no sorry, the filthy rats, turn 4. And guys, I might say so myself, but I think we have a really competitive game here. It's more even than it looks. It is far from over. Alright, so what he does though is that he takes his Night Runners and charges into the Scorpion. And I think that's the only charge he has this turn actually. Then he takes Roger and goes into the flank here of my Realm Knights. Well, close to it anyway. Let's see, this is from this angle. Here we have it. This is after the movement. So Roger goes up here and then he pushes the Night Runners into my dead pile here, thinking that he can camouflage them. So I will just forget that they are there. That's it. Then he takes the other A-bomb and pushes it up here on the flank of my Grey Knights to threaten it as well. So those A-bombs are starting to come out and be pretty annoying right now. Yeah, they can mess up things, that's for sure. Then he just reforms Thorsten the Hungry One because, yeah, well, he doesn't want to have the chicken, or sorry, the Lord Flux into his flank. But in my opinion, he shouldn't even be worried about that, because the assassin just challenge him out and then probably kill him before he even gets to swing. That's what assassin does. So I have absolutely no feeling at all taking Lord Flux into the Storm Vermins here. That will just be yeah, a sacrifice. Anyway, we go into the magic phase, and this is what it does. He get off his divine spell, whatever it is, extra weapon skill and extra initiative on the rats. And then he rings his bell, so the Green Knight is now down to weapon skill 4, and the Clan Rats have weapon skill 5. Yeah, so they have even more weapon skill than I have. Then he tries to lower the toughness of my Grey Knights, and yeah, I can't let that happen, so I take all my dice and dispels it. After that, I can't remember exactly what it does, but I think he failed the last spell actually. I think he tried to throw Hand of Heaven on Lord Flux, but fails it because I have magic resistance. Then also in the movement phase, I forgot to tell you guys, is that he jumped up with the Gisays here to shaft my Grey Knights. That's what he did with this blurry picture, I tell you that. Anyway, then we go into shooting phase. And once again, the catapults just makes a pulp of shit out of my Realm Knight, so I have one Realm Knight left now. Yeah, lovely. But like I said, guys, this is what you have to do in a matchup like this. You just have to sacrifice one of your units. Just let him do whatever he wants with it. If he wants to shoot it the entire game, then fine, do that. Alright, so with that, we go into the combat phase. And we start off down here. These little Night Runners just makes short work out of my Scorpion. Then we continue the Slaughterfest here with the Green Knight and his Clan Rats. I think he does 0 wounds to me here, but and I kill like a couple of rats or so, but he wins again and I stick on my Cold-Blooded Leadership. So that's it. Then we go into Knights of Aquitaine, turn 4. Alright, so first thing we do is that we take the Mounted Yeoman that tried to charge the Night Runners the previous round, and goes for another try. This time they're needing a 10. And as you guys can see, they're here placed in the forest, and one of them is touching the forest, so it needs to take a dangerous train. I roll a 1 and it dies, and then they fail the panic check. So yeah, now it's heading in the wrong direction instead. So look at this idiot. Alright, so what else we do is that we take Lord Flux and charges the right catapult here, because we are needing, I think it was like an 9 to reach this catapult, or an 8, can't remember exactly what. But it was 7, I think it was, to reach this catapult. And we rolls the dice and gets exactly 7 on Swiss Stride. So he just barely reaches it, but okay, and this is huge. Now we can finally shut down these catapults, because straight after this we just swift reform and, well, or whatever, reform and look at the other catapult, and then we kill it the next turn as well. Then in the movement phase, we swift reforms the bowman to look at Roger, the fattest rat. And then we take this little Realm Knight that is left to shaft Roger, because we really have to do that. And then we swift reforms the Grey Knights, because I have the Divination Mage here, and we have to do exactly all we can to take out Roger, because he's extremely threatening right now. Because what he has done is that he has placed him in a pretty strong situation to take out the Scorpion and then overrun into my bowman, and then he will get the damsel as well. And I can't take out the damsel out of the unit, because then Torsten will just make short work out of her, so she has to be in this unit. Alright, so with that we go into the magic phase, and we start off by getting Unerring Strike on Roger the retard, and we do 4 wounds to him. Yes, I was extremely impressed by that, because first we do is throw the big Fate Judgment spell, and he takes all his dice to dispel that. And then we take the rest of the dice and throws, like I said, Unerring Strike, and gets 4 wounds on him, so I was extremely impressed by that. After that we go into the shooting phase, and look at this, guys, look at this. Smack! The Scorpion actually hits again, wounds again, and Roger faces regen save. I am so impressed with this guy. It actually does something for the first time. So if not, that's definitely worth a gif. Look at this. Alright, maybe instead of Sparta it should say Aquitaine or something. Well, I don't know, you can just imagine. Yeah, it feels nice to kill off Roger actually, but well, After that, we go into the combat phase, and we actually do short work out of the catapult with Lord Flux. So hell yeah, one down, one to go. And then yeah, we just continue with this clusterfuck of a combat. I kill like 2 rats a turn, I think it is, something like that, and he does. Well, he doesn't do much to me, and yeah, that's basically it. And then we stick on a rollable leadership of 8 or 9 or whatever it is. Alright, so with that, it's off to rats, turn 5, I think it is. Alright, so what he does is that he just charges out my fleeing Frenchman here. Then he swiftly forms the Forced and the Hungry One and just ignores the Lord Flux because he has realized that the assassin will totally destroy Lord Flux if he even goes into this unit, and he feels absolutely no worries at all about this. And then he takes the other A-bomb and pushes it up towards the Grey Knights, hoping to reach their rear, not rare, rear. Which I can't really show you guys because we have to move into the magic phase. Look at this. With the same picture I show you that the A-bomb misses, but this is from one spell. He gets off first, lower toughness on my Grey Knights. I really tried to dispel it and failed to do so. He rolled extremely high. He used one of the Warpstone tokens as well here. And even though I have magic resistance 3, he's now starting to roll less hot as he usually does. Rolls extremely high. And I have no more dice left to dispel anything. He throws Awakened Rat on this unit and does 11 hits and 9 wounds, I think it was, or something insanely high or something like that. And kills off 5 Grey Knights. Yeah, oh, this hurts so bad. This hurts so fucking much. So right now I have 2 Grey Knights, the Damsel and the BSB left. That's it. And then we go into shooting phase, and he has the catapult left, hits the unit, does a wound to the Damsel, kills off 1 Grey Knight, and that's it. And then he opens up with the 3 essays that is left and kills off the last Grey Knight. That sucks so much. I didn't feel so worried about it until he killed off the entire unit, because I could always heal it back. That was my plan at least, but killing an entire Grey Knight unit in one go, that is just too much. He totally lucked out this turn. I'm plenty of Kingdom Equity and tears here. That absolutely sucked because it looked so good for the knights. Okay, and after I go into the combat phase, and yeah, this just continues. Yeah, so I kill like a rat or 2 more, and I think he does a wound to me this turn actually, but we still stick, so that's it. Then we go into Kingdom of Equity, turn 5. And this is what we do. We charges Lord Flux into the other catapult because it has to go. And then we turns around the Damsel and the BSB, we takes them out of the unit and makes 2 separate units out of them and then connects them back here. So they just swing around, and with this I have only moved 8 inches with the BSB. And now I will activate my breath weapon and try to fry away this A-bomb, and then also with the divination and all the shooting here and everything, this should be enough in my opinion to kill off the A-bomb anyway. That's it, then we go into the magic phase. Yeah, also worth noting, this little yeoman has run off the board for a couple of turns ago. Yeah, it's just gone. Anyway, we go into the magic phase, and I can't remember if it was Fate Judgment or Unending Strike or whatever it was, but I think we did 2 wounds to him in the magic phase, or it might have been 4 wounds actually. 4 wounds in the magic phase, and then we open up with a breath weapon, just straight away because we won't use it otherwise, and fried rat for everybody. So yeah, that's nice. So both A-bombs are dead now. Hell yeah. And that's basically what we do in the shooting phase. Then we go into the combat phase and Lord Flux destroys the other catapult. So hell yeah, we are racking up points here. This is starting to look pretty decent actually, because we have all the characters left and they are worth a bunch of points actually. And then yeah, also he thought that I have forgot about this Night Runner, but the remaining Realm Knight moves up and yeah, threatens his Night Runner unit that is trying to reach the objective here. Because now I'm thinking about trying to tie up the objective as well. Because if I can tie the objective, I think actually I have a victory here, and I see the light at the end of the tunnel. And yeah, this pillar fest continues, and guys, as you can see, my green knight is now down to 1 wound left remaining, and well, that's basically it. I have yeah, well, that's it, and we stick again. So last turn of the game, rats, turn 6. What he does, moves up with the night runners. He still and tries to protect them behind the house here because he's afraid of the bowman, otherwise plinking them off the board. That's it. Then he takes out his sneaky assassin to throw his ninja stars at Lord Flux. He has now come to realize that he has a throwing weapon that does D3 wounds to characters as well with AP 4. So yeah, now Lord Flux is in a bit of a distress. So with that, we go into the magic phase, and I think he does all that he can to throw spells at Lord Flux here actually. No, it doesn't. He actually goes for my damsel. He throws all the spells that he has on the damsel. And I dispel, I think it was, I let Hand of Heaven go. He gets a 3 on the number strength, does only 1 wound to the damsel. So the damsel is down to 1 wound left. And then he throws the rest of his dice. I think 4 dice and a Warpstone token on his Awakened Rat. And I beat him on the dispel attempt with tie actually. It was, I had the 1 more dice than he did, but he had the Warstone token. But anyway, so okay, thank God for that, because that spell would have wrecked the entire unit otherwise. Alright, that's it. Then we go into the combo phase, and basically it's barely not worth mentioning. The Green Knight and Clanrats continue their pillar fest. That's what they do. And then we go into Kingdom of Equity, turn 6, last turn of the game. Alright, so it's all about getting the objective now. So we take out the BSB, puts him here into the Green Knight. Oh yeah, also when I killed off the A-bomb, the Ysais that was close to him started to flee, so they are fleeing in this direction. In his last turn, he actually rallied the Ysais. Then I charged the Ysais with Lord Flux. He chooses to do stand and shoot. I catch the Ysais and just kills them off, so we don't even have to think about it anymore. Anyway, alright, so then the Realm Knight jumps into the Night Runners here. And then I take out the damsel and throws her around here, because with a unicorn she has 20 inches in movement. He didn't know that, so it came as a big surprise to him. So now I will use all that I can muster to kill off this Night Runner unit or make it flee, and then hopefully make this Night Runner unit flee as well. So we go into the magic phase, and we do a couple of wounds with some spells here on the Night Runners, but he passes his panic check, of course. Ah, lucky rat. That's it. And then, oh, okay. Alright, guys, prepare to have, yeah, prepare to hear me. Oh, yeah, well, you can already hear my voice. Look at this. Okay, so ignore this combat because we healed back the Green Knight with full wounds with a Summer Growth. So Green Knight and the Clanrats continue the Pillar Fest. But this fight is pretty important. This Realm Knight is worth like 440 points right now, because yeah, well, it's still the Realm unit, half of the Realm unit is worth. So I go in, and I hope, because it's a champion, I have 2 attacks and the horse. I go in and I whiff badly. I do 0 wounds, absolute 0 wounds, hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s, 0 wounds. Then he goes back and hits and wounds me with 1 wound. He does 1 fucking wound to me. Guess what I rolled? Of course, a 1. And then a 1 again. The Realm Knight goes in and gets wrecked by 3 fucking Night Runners. Like, what the hell is this?
You know why you and
I think history starts to repeat itself too much right now. It feels like every time in the last turn shit like this happens to me all the fucking time. I should like slow play every game to avoid turn 6 or something. No, seriously, I shouldn't know. But yeah, guys. Alright, that's it. That's the entire game. Because, yeah, we continue this Pillar Fest. I healed the Green Knight back to 3 wounds. In this turn, he does 2 more wounds to me, and yeah, I kill a couple of rats, and then I stick. That's it. And yeah, here we kill the Night Runners. Here's the blurry picture of the useless fucker. And yeah, that's it. That's it, guys. So let's look at the score. Okay, I think this is the best picture that tells it. So what I have left is all the characters, and the bowman, then a scorpion, and that's it. He killed my units, you can say, all the knights, the ram knights, the grey knights, and a scorpion, and both my yeomans. But I killed a bunch of shit from him as well. What he has left is 2 knight runner units, Torsten the hungry one and his unit with the assassin and the BSB, and a claret unit. That's it, and that isn't so much. Torsten is worth a bunch of points though, but yeah, we will see. I think it's closer than you think, actually. The thing that swings in his favor though is that he's claiming the objective. Well, I'm sorry guys, I did my absolute best though. I actually tried hard in this game, and it was still not enough. But extremely close. You see guys, I won on the score here, but then as you guys know, he took the secondary objectives, so ended up an 11-9 to the filthy rats. But it was an extremely fun game, an extremely tactical game, and an extremely competitive game, and I wish to have a rematch here. I know that I will have the upper hand sooner or later in this matchup. So guys, I really certainly hope you enjoy this, and I hope that you could take some hints and tricks out of my playbook in trying out in the same matchup if you guys ever have the misfortune to to have your knights go up against the 2 plague claw catapults and a mean ass forced and killing machine. Alright guys, anyway, as always, thank you all for watching. I certainly hope you enjoyed this battle report. If you do, then please press the like button. Guys, until we see each other the next time, have a great one everybody, and peace!